Why, hello there. I am David.
Well, hello. My name's Cullen.
Hello, my name is Timothy, and we are going to enlighten you on the issue of contraception.
So, Timothy, what is contraception?
I'm glad you asked. Contraception is used to prevent fertility. Examples are condoms, birth control, the pill, the patch, Depo-Provera, sterilization, IUDs, and cervical caps. Cullen, would you please tell us what society thinks of this issue?
I'm glad you asked, Timothy. Many in today's society view contraception as a positive because they think it is a way to prevent unwanted babies and STDs. In fact, today, many insurance companies are actually required to cover the cost of abortions, sterilizations, and contraceptives. Society fancies contraceptives as ways to have sex without commitment. Many think that contraceptives reduce the chance of having an abortion, but contraception may actually cause early abortions.
That was very intriguing, Cullen. David, would you please tell us what the Catholic Church thinks on this issue?
I'm glad you asked, Timothy. First of all, the church has 3 guidelines to having sex. First of all, it must be of loving intent and action. Number 2, it must be a way to fully give ourselves to our spouse.
Interesting.
And number 3, it must be open to the possibility of fertility. This is why contraceptives are unacceptable! So, Colin, would you like to take the reins?
I'm glad you asked, David. Contraception also goes against the true meaning of sex because suppressing fertility with man-made devices is asserting that men alone have the power to create new life. This would diminish God's power, authority, and plan for life.
Fascinating. So, Timothy, would you like to enlighten us about a better alternative about contraception?
I'm glad you asked. A moral alternative is natural family planning. Natural family planning is having sex during a time in the menstrual cycle when the body is not fertile. This respects God's plan and human love and life, even if we are not actively seeking to have children. Also, it does not upset the balance or change the body by use of chemicals or devices.
Thank you, Timothy. Here's what an anonymous couple has to say about natural family planning. Natural family planning made our union different. More of a total giving because we're open to life. We're giving everything. So, Colin, would you like to enlighten us about the harmful effects of contraception?
I'm glad you asked, David. Contraception can change the lining of the uterus, and if fertilization actually occurs, can make it impossible for new life to survive. Thank you, Timothy. That would be a very early abortion.
David, would you please use the principle of double effect to determine the morality of contraception?
I'm glad you asked, Timothy. Using the example of condoms, the 2 effects are having loving union between man and woman and not being open to the possibility of fertility. Condition 1, what is the action being taken place? The action being taken place is having sex while wearing a plastic layer. Condition 2, does the good effect come from the action? Yes, man and woman have loving union. Condition 3, what is the intent? The intent is to have loving union between man and woman. Condition 4, is the good effect greater or equal? No, because the church teaches that in order to have moral sex, you must be open to the possibility of fertility.
Thank you, David. Colin, will you please give us a virtue that one could use to follow the Catholic Church's teachings on contraception?
I'm glad you asked, Timothy. The virtue I would advise is chastity. Chastity is the redirecting of sexual desires. One could use the virtue of chastity to focus more on the soul than the body and wait to have sex rather than have sex with contraceptives.
That's very intriguing, Colin. May you tell me about a saint?
We're glad you asked!
Saint Maria Goretti, the patron saint of purity, had a lover who wanted to have sex. Although Maria knew how to suppress all of her sexual desires, he didn't like this, so he tried to rape her. When she fought back, he stabbed her, and she died.
Clearly, Maria Goretti knew how to suppress her sexual desires.
We're glad you watched our video!
Are you tired of trash all over your table?
We're glad you asked!
Glad storage bags can handle any mess. Even knives. Buy your Glad storage bags now.